Alright, this is a Trezor. He's a rescue horse. He was about 24 hours away from going to the slaughterhouse before my clients Tom and Adrian went and rescued him, so he didn't go to the slaughterhouse. He was supposedly really aggressive towards other horses, but since he's been here, he's been with other horses and there's been no mishaps whatsoever. So don't know what the case was where he was, but they rescued him. And when they first got him, he was very shy around the nose, very shy around the head, ears. And he was very hard to put a halter on. So we got him out of the head and ear shyness, and I wanted to teach him how to start putting his own halter on. So the pre-steps to teaching him how to put his halter on, or at least put his nose inside the halter, so it's a lot easier to halter him. And you could do this with any horse. There's a lot of horses out there that are hard to halter. So what we did in the beginning is I put one hand here on his nose, one hand on his poll, and as soon as he started dropping his head, I would release the pressure. Now all I'm watching is the tip of his ear right here, and as soon as he drops that tip of his ear, then I go ahead and I take the pressure away. So I'm gonna put one hand here, and have him start dropping his head very nicely. So that'd be a pre-step. You bring your head back up. So that'd be a pre-step into teaching him how to put his own nose into the halter. And you'd want to practice this until he just has it down perfect, and I can start putting my hands right here and he'll just go ahead and drop his head. And that was also one of the ways we started getting him out of being head and nose shy, was to teach him how to start dropping his head. So after you get done doing that, you can put your hands here and just kind of kiss to him to drop his head, and you can teach him like that too. So to teach him how to put his nose inside the halter, what I'm going to do is I'm going to undo this right here. I'm going to have my hands up here and put the halter down here. I'm going to start kissing to him just like that, and he's going to put his nose inside the halter, and I'll be able to, this is a rope halter, so I'll just be able to go ahead and tie it around, and that would be it. And that makes things a lot easier. You know, if you have a horse that's really hard to halter, and they want to throw their heads up, or they want to, turn their heads away from you, so you can't put the halter on or avoid you from putting the halter on. So we'll go ahead and do this again. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop the halter, or the halter down here. Kiss to him a little bit. He brings his head back up. That's fine. And then he starts finding where the halter is to put his nose inside of. And then I won't tie it this time. I'll just put it just like that. Then I'm going to go ahead and undo it again. And there he goes to look for the halter to put his nose inside of. And then I can go ahead and put it around like this, and then just go ahead and tie it and tell him he's a really good boy. And that will really help improve haltering your horses if they're hard to halter, or if they're lifting their heads up 10 feet up in the air to where you can't reach them to put the halter on or whatnot. So we're just going to go ahead and keep working with this with him for a little bit. So I'm going to drop the halter down here, and then he goes and finds the halter, and then I'm just going to go ahead and put it all the way on, and go ahead and latch and go ahead and tie it up just like that, and tell him he's a good boy. That's very good. Yeah. Good. And then we'll go ahead and do it a couple more times. So again, it's a very easy cue to teach. First you got to teach your horse how to drop their head on the slightest cue, then you kind of kiss to them a little bit and have the halter right here where the nose is, and then he puts his nose inside the halter. And this lesson may take you, anywhere from 10 to 14 days to really teach, but you have to go into the precepts. Always teaching your horse how to drop their head to begin with. So again, if I put my hands right here, I just want him to start dropping his head. Kiss to him a little bit, have him drop his head. Other things you want to do is make sure you can flex him really softly to the left, and you really want to be able to softly flex him to the right as well. So he's very soft at least in all 3 different directions, which would be left, right, up, or 4 directions, left, right, up, and down. So again, put my hands here, have him drop his head. When I want him to bring his head up, I'll just put a little bit of pressure here, and he'll bring his head right up for me. And then again, I'll go ahead and just unlatch this, and there he goes, and he looks for the halter, and then we'll just go ahead and latch the halter on, or tie this rope halter on, just like that. Good boy. Tell him he's doing good. That was what we wanted him to do. And then we'll go ahead and do it one more time. And you can probably practice this. Once they start getting it down, you probably practice it, 20, 30 times within, just a half hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop it down. There he looks for the halter, and bring him back up. And then go ahead and just latch it. Good boy. And then again, there he goes and looks for it. Good. And then just go ahead and put it on. So when it comes to your hard to halter horses, that's the exact order you'd go in into teaching them how to accept a halter, or maybe they're scared of the halter, or something like that, or they're head shy or they're mouth shy, and it's hard to get near their heads with a halter or a bridle. And those are the steps you'd want to go in. We'll just have them lower his head a little bit. All right, so thank you, and we'll see you the next time.